Hi, everybody. Okay, I'm going to do story time today to show me that you're all comfy. I don't mind how you sit, just as long as you sit really quietly. And do that for me. Thank you, my lovelies. Okay, so for our story today, we've got The Highway Rat. Do you know this one? You might have had it before. And it's by the author, Julia Donaldson, who does lots of lovely stories like The Gruffalo and The Smartest Giant in Town. And the illustrator, the person who draws the pictures, is Axel Scheffler. Right, sit quietly then, and I'll begin. The highway rat was a baddie. The highway rat was a beast. He took what he wanted and ate what he took. His life was one long feast. His teeth were sharp and yellow. His manners were rough and rude. And the highway rat went riding, 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 riding along the highway and stealing the traveller's food. Oh, goodness me, look. That's what we've been thinking about. Is it fair? Making those right choices. The highway rat making a good choice? No, it's not right to take somebody else's food. It doesn't belong to the rat. So that is really unkind and the wrong choice. Let's carry on. A rabbit came hopping along the road, then stopped with her paws in the air. For blocking her way was the highway rat, who cried out, "Who goes there? Give me your pastries and puddings. Give me your chocolate and cake, for I am the rat of the highway. The highway, the highway. Yes, I'm the rat of the highway, and whatever I want, I take." Awful behaviour. Can you show me your best impression of the rat? Show me. I'm going to put my hands on my hips like this. Really cross face. Show that I'm in charge. I'm the rat of the highway. Can you say that? I'm the rat of the highway. Super. Right, now let's be like the rabbit. Feeling really scared. Show me your scared face and body. Right, sit nicely again then, please. Well done. I have no cakes, the rabbit replied. I just have a bunch of clover. The highway rat gave a scornful look. That means he's not very impressed. But he ordered, "Hand it over. This clover is bound to be tasteless. This clover is dull as can be. But I am the rat of the highway, and this clover belongs to me." A squirrel came bounding along the road, then stopped with a shake and a shiver. Show me your shake and your shiver. Well done. Sit nicely now. For reining his horse was the highway rat, who thundered, "Stand and deliver. Give me your buns and your biscuits. Give me your chocolate eclairs, for I am the rat of the highway, the highway, the highway. Yes, I'm the rat of the highway, and rat thieves never share." "I have no buns," the squirrel replied. "I just have a sack of nuts." The robber snatched the sack and snarled, "I'll have no ifs or buts. These nuts are probably rotten. These nuts are as hard as can be. But I am the rat of the highway, and these nuts belong to me." Goodness me, I do not like this rat. How about you? It's not okay to treat people like that. What do you think might happen to the rat if he carries on being so unkind and making the wrong choices? Let's sit quietly. Let's see what happens next. Some ants came crawling along the road, then stopped with a somersault. For baring his teeth was the highway rat, who bellowed a deafening, "Halt! Give me your sweets and your lollies. Give me your toffees and chews. For I am the rat of the highway, the highway, the highway. Yes, I'm the rat of the highway, and nobody dares to refuse." Even stop the ants. Can you see what they've got? "We have no sweets," The ants replied, "You just have this nice green leaf." "Oh, no, you don't. Not anymore," declared the highway thief. He's back to his usual horrible behaviour. "This leaf is nasty and bitter. This leaf is as thin as can be. But I am the rat of the highway, and this leaf belongs to me." So he's not even grateful for all the food that he is stealing, that he's taking off other animals. As he said, the leaf is bound to be nasty and bitter, so he's not even grateful. Gosh, somebody needs to show the rat how to behave. Right, let's carry on. With never a please or a thank you, the rat carried on his way. He took milk from a cat, flies from a spider. He once stole his own horse's hay. Creatures who travelled the highway grew thinner and thinner and thinner, while the highway rat grew horribly fat from eating up everybody's dinner. Can you see, look, how thin they are? Why are they so thin? And why is the rat so fat? Okay, and stop. Well done if you said because they've got no food, and you get your weight from eating food, don't you? You need food to get energy and to be well. And these animals have got no food, so that's why they're getting thinner and thinner, and they're going to get really poorly. Whereas this rat, being so greedy, he's eating far too much. He's got too much weight on him. So look, that's why he's so fat. A duck came waddling down the road, then stopped with a "How do you do?" "I see you have nothing," the rat complained. "In that case, I'll have to eat you." "I doubt if you're terribly juicy. Most likely you're as tough as can be. But I'm the rat of the highway, the highway, the highway. Yes, I'm the rat of the highway, and I fancy a duck for my tea." "Hang on," quacked the duck, "for I have a sister with goodies you might prefer. I know that she'd love to meet you, and I'm certain that you'd like her. For in her cave, her deep dark cave, right at the top of the hill, our biscuits and buns are plenty, and there you may eat your fill." Look, he's thinking about this other duck and what lovely food he could eat. He's feeling really greedy. He wants all that yummy food. "Lead on," cried the rat, and they took to the road, which seemed it would never end. Onwards they rode and upwards, bend after bend after bend. At last they came to a lonely cave, and the duck began to quack. She quacked, "Good evening, sister, sister, sister," and "Sister, sister, sister," a voice from the cave came back. "Do you have cakes and chocolates?" the highway robber cried, and "Chocolates, chocolates, chocolates," the voice from the cave replied. "I'm coming to take them," the rat thief yelled. His greedy eyes grew round, and "Take them, take them, take them," came back the welcome sound. The highway rat leapt off his horse, into the cave he strode. Have you worked out what's happening? Is it really a duck in the cave? What do you think? Do you notice how the voice coming back just repeats the last word either the duck or the rat says? And it starts out louder, like "sister," and then it gets quieter. "Sister, sister." So what might it be instead? Well done if you said an echo. I think it's just the duck's voice, because it's a dark cave. The duck's voice is echoing back to her. It's not really another duck. The duck is being clever. What's the duck doing? Playing a trick on the rat to make him go away and go into that deep dark cave. But the rat is just thinking about all that lovely food and he's not clever enough to think that the duck is tricking him. Right, let's see what happens next. The duck took hold of the horse's reins and galloped down the road, faster and ever faster, following all the bends. The plucky young duck went riding, 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 galloping down the highway, back to her hungry friends. What do you think of the duck? I'm very impressed with the duck. She's teaching the rat a lesson for being so unkind. And now she's got all the food that the rat took and she's going to take it back to her friends who are feeling really poorly because they've had no food. Then they shared out the food from the saddlebags and feasted all night long. Bright were the flames of the bonfire, loud was the music and song. Wild was the moonlight dancing, merry the cheer and chat, for now they could live in freedom, safe from the highway rat. And as for the rat in the echoey cave, he shouted and wandered till he found his way out of the darkness on the other side of the hill. A thinner and greyer, meeker rat, he robs on the road no more, for he landed a job in the cake shop, and they say he still works in the cake shop, sweeping the cake shop floor. Look, so the rat learnt his lesson, didn't he? He was taught a lesson for being so unkind and ungrateful and greedy, because he made all the wrong choices, and in the end, he vanished to a cave, didn't he? And he's now working in a shop where he doesn't have any food. And he's really sad because he's all alone and he's got no friends. So that's why it's really important to make those right choices and make sure we're being fair and kind to each other. And if we make a wrong choice, that's okay. We all make mistakes, but we must put it right. Right, lovely to do story time with you, lovelies. Take care.